allow Dire, allow Radiant to ban.
Game 4, best of 5 grand finals means that there is a team at match point, and that team is PSG.LGD. One more win, and they will take this championship home. Tundra will try to do everything they can to stop that from happening. They got a top secret plan, perhaps. I hope for them that they do, because they do need to bring something to the table that is maybe new and fresh that they haven't done before, because in the last game we saw they looked a little lost. We are in the draft for this game 4. I'm here with Kyle, I'm here with Effie. We have a little bit of a change on the side of PSG.LGD, actually, because they had priority in terms of what they wanted in terms of sides and pick order. They chose, uncharacteristically, first pick. Tundra still ended up picking Radiant in the end. But yeah, first pick going for PSG.LGD, and that means that they want to get their hands on the Keeper of the Light.
Yep, and that puts Tundra in a strange spot. Do they keep the Band of the Wisp? Indeed they do. That means, yeah, Coddle. And that could just be worth it, right? Like,
yep.
Yeah, a disadvantage for the rest of the draft, but Coddle, Sin came back to the green room and was like, just, you know, in his like Sin fashion, like, oh, Coddle, I can't believe it. It's broken.
Right. So the thing about earlier in the tournament is we were asking pro players, like, do you think second pick is busted? And some of them were like, actually, we really don't know yet, right? It seems stronger right now, but we have to kind of play to each pick order and see what works out more. And what actually happened this tournament is some heroes have proven themselves leagues above others and may even solicit being counterpicked in 2 rounds. And I think Coddle is one of them, and potentially even a Vengeful Spirit for PSG.LGD.
I would see that. I think that's another reason that first pick might have a little bit of an edge, because I think if Tundra don't, you might just take Venge. Yeah. And
you would. Like,
it works perfectly because it's this offlaner that has this easy set and forget stun to set up for the blast. If you get chakra'd, you just have more stuns, but more importantly, you compensate for the lack of wave shove by having a Coddle. Faith Beyond, yeah, you just become the 4. All you need is Aghanims. You're ready to rock and roll. So
yeah, and pretty much just the essence of Dota 2. To make any kind of play in Dota, your waves have to be out. And normally it would be addressed through support heroes, but the ones that were popular last patch, not actually the best at it, right? And then they would end up having to pick something mid lane that could do a similar role, like a TA or Lina. Those were very popular. But if you have a hero like Coddle, he just covers that instantly, and you can actually pick according to what you want to do, as opposed to always having to think about your lanes.
Yeah, and I will say I'm a little concerned for Tundra just looking at the opening, because I don't want to say they overthought, but PSG.LGD, like, they intentionally, they take still, I think, the inferior pick priority, and they walk out of the opening with Coddle and Pangolier, which is like, nuts, because Tundra would not let Pango go previously in this tournament, and now they go right for the Gyro Tidehunter, a hero they love picking Pango into. You can't cleanse the stun. Well, you can cleanse the stun, but obviously he's going to keep rolling on you. You can't ravage the Pangolier, and it's also probably the best hero we've seen Xiao Wei play for mid, although he has stepped up so far in this final.
Yes.
He's kind of shaking the old man fingers off. Becoming used to
turning back the clock.
It's probably thinking to himself that this is what it is meant to do all the time.
I think, I don't remember, I think it was on Twitter, but Nothing to Say said that if PSG.LGD TA can farm ancient stacks with ease, even after the sideblade changes, PSG.LGD, they don't have a tool to do that. They need to be playing up-tempo. Yeah. Not really focusing on their own macro and maximizing their own farm, but rather taking it away from Tundra, getting in.
Go to game 5. Will Tundra extend this after having a 1-0 lead to start things off and looking really good? I mean, LGD, game 2 and 3 have looked just fabulous.
Yeah, they really have, and I'm a bit worried for Tundra based on what I've seen from Coddle in that last game. Excuse me, just Xingqiu pushing out the lane so far and so fast, but I really like the last pick TA for Tundra. I think that could be a great solution here. The matchups are good. Nine's track record against Xiao Wei in lane is good, and this should be a favorable lane. The smoke is not going to lead to a kill. Good break by 33. Will it get to game 5? I personally don't think so. I think LGD are just a step ahead right now. They crushed the last game. They were also pretty convincing in game 2. So momentum, overall their reads on how to draft and play the game. I think I'm actually a bit surprised they chose to take the Pango. And I know I'm saying that with Xiao 8, but they got Coddle first pick, right? And then it was Tide Gyro.
Yeah,
Right? I think they
so.
could have picked Sven again. Like maybe the Tide is a really is a bad enough matchup to not do it, but I think this Coddle Sven combination they ran last game was just nutty. Like, push out the lane, go farm triangle, and you could have banned 3 cores that's good against Sven in second phase and just set up for the same game again. Maybe that's the concern, is that if we do the same again, they're going to be ready.
Skeeter, he is in a ton of trouble here.
Dead.
Staying a little too long, and that is first blood going the way of PSG.LGD. That was a huge misstep.
That's some of that momentum, right? It's getting a little bit, maybe getting a little bit into his head here, because that
might be a trade.
Mistake. Skitter, I can just get Rupture and just be like, lol, I'll just stand still. Who's going to come fight me, right? But again, because of the pairing with TA, that's a hero that you Rupture lifesteal and TA runs at him and fights him. TA wins that fight with Refraction up, so you're not going to get much value out of your Feast and your Rupture, so you can't run away. But there's always going to be Infest as like a wild card against Rupture. If you can set that up, that can be really big. So honestly, I think Skitter should mainly be focusing on rupturing either the Night Stalker or the Pango, depending on the situation, and only go for the Lifestealer. He's very confident, because if he uses it on Lifestealer and he infests, that's one of their most important abilities just out the window. Really, really crucial that they get value out of that.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. And kind of like trades, right? It's about what resources are more important for that specific time frame. Looking at 9 now, 16-4 versus Xiao 8's 19-3. He's been in the jungle a little bit more though.
Yeah, it's done great.
I mean, TA against Pango. I don't really want to be Pango most of the time. So Xiao 8 off to a very, very good start, which...
Yeah, I wonder if this is different with the new Pango. My opinion is mainly shaped on, old Pango in 729 against TA, and I think that was generally a TA favored lane, even with the disarm. Oh, they will both dodge that Illuminate, but Skitter is quick.
Yep, he is. He's trying to go for Faith Beyond here.
His own tower, so he's fine to chase in here.
That's right, Faith Beyond diving into the enemy tower and just wasting as much time as possible before his inevitable death.
It's a Schofield play.
Yeah, that's true. Xiao 8 still getting pressured here, but he's going to kind of be in and out, trying to get as much farm as he can in the jungle. But TA just outscales him in terms of just the farming capacity in the early game for sure.
I think like a good old double-double. Uh-oh, we're in trouble on Coddle. That kind of runs with double-double.
Salve is going to be canceled. Yeah, we talked about this buff recently where you get a little bit more HP now when you deny creeps. So probably getting played with a bit by Faith Beyond. Illuminate comes through. Fata looking a little worse for wear, but he'll be fine.
And now it's nighttime, so Faith Beyond should be able to get a pretty strong grip on this lane.
Yeah, he's going to start out with the Void. You can see the Illuminate coming through as well. Already at half HP for Skeeter. Swash is going to miss, though. Xiao 8 commits to the Rolling Thunder. And Skeeter is super dead. A third death
and that was a
at
TP
5.5 minutes.
TP deaths are the worst.
Yeah.
It's one thing to die, but he's actually out of play, not for 15 seconds, but like 40 here. He needs to run to get farm. And the closest thing you can get to farm as Radiant is the big camp between the towers. But he's not, he's level 4.
Yeah.
He needs lane farm, so he has to run all the way to the lane. Going jungle now is terrible. Some carries thrive more in this environment. Like, let's say he was a Terrorblade and died there. It's like, okay, it sucks, but at least I can transition into jungle.
Yeah.
Look at him running bot. He actually bought a smoke to get out to lane. That's really telling, right? He has smoke and at least he has thirst. That helps as well. Xiao 8 sitting on half health is helping him a little bit with getting out, but the amount of time that Skitter lost here is substantial for sure. I think he lost a full creep wave. Fortunately gets back at least for the siege, but it's not
They
good.
might go for him again here. I think it looks like Xiao is actually rotating out, but either way, just with that kill alone, but he's going to get a nice ancient stack here. Gets all the small little guys first.
Yep, that's pretty much the gold difference right there. That's the... I think there was a 450 difference in.
Nine's going to pop the refraction. Oh my goodness, why? Takes a huge beating there. Xiao 8, swashbuckle to the high ground. Doesn't look like they want to go any further though.
Nothing to say.
But yeah, the big comeback mechanic, of course, for TA is the ancient stack. And I wouldn't even say she's necessarily doing poorly. She's second now within the game. But
yeah, it's just, I have this... preconception of where TA sits relative to Lifesteal at minute 8, and this is just not it.
Right.
So again, I was just looking, I'm not like talking anyone down, I'm just genuinely baffled and like confused about where the difference lies. But he must, like you said, he must have just bought so much regen for that lane. So I guess credit to Xiao8. I haven't really seen just how much pressure he's put out. It's not the bottle. That's not considered regen, and it would have been a higher amount, right? Than what the numbers said. So anyway,
yeah, I don't think
he's
so.
going to stack again.
Snake and Crippling Fear is going to prevent any type of getaway sequence here. Bloodray coming through, though. Looks like they're going to dodge it pretty easily. Skeeter, only level 6 now. Goodness gracious. Gets off the Rupture on the Faith Beyond, but he has so many heroes with him that Fata will easily be taken out. Double kill for Jin Q on the... I mean, we've been through this before, Cinderin. This Coddle gets a couple kills early, starts to snowball out of control. Yep.
Triple
3
null.
nulls, yeah.
He's probably going to go Dagon again, like he did last game. I don't see why not. It's either that or he gets an item that counters TA, because if they are making the right read here, TA is going to be the problem of the strategy. What would be a good item here? Halberd? Halberd Coddle? Is that...
That's pretty weird.
It is, but at the same time, it is one of the best items against TA. You could also consider perhaps getting... I don't think Hex Rush is really in the cards. E-Blade, maybe?
Okay.
E-Blade Rush?
Yeah.
I
think maybe Dagon 1 E-Blade. That actually sounds really good.
All right, 9 probably trying to stack this one more time as he finishes off this Ancient stack. So we'll see if his farm catapults a bit here. But yeah, the most impressive thing is Xiao8's farm, honestly. Second in net worth right now. And, I mean, not that he doesn't have CS, but just his rotations across the map have been successful in every single instance. And pick pull now picked up. Very
is he going to get the deny top? Oh, why? What a deny.
And 33 is not too happy about it. Fata's in the vicinity with the homing missile, but they're not going to pursue any further.
Tundra needs some good news soon. That's just adding insult to injury, getting that tower deny. 33 was working on that.
I mean, it was awkward because of the cliff, obviously. That's what makes it weird. Makes it weird overall. Okay. So that fight was a huge deal. That brings Tundra back into the game.
And now it looks more natural with TA on top.
Yes, that is very true. We'll be going for the Desolator now. Has the Dragon Lance already. And yeah, only 600 away from finishing the Deso, so we'll likely go Blink. I mean, pretty cookie cutter build for TAs all around. And Skeeter, on the other hand, obviously has his Maelstrom for a while now. We'll be going for Echo Saber. It feels like he builds this on literally every hero, by the way.
Did Amit go Echo in his last game, or did he go Maelstrom BQB?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he went Maelstrom BQB.
Skeeter just loves the heroes that buy Maelstrom Echo Saber.
Well,
it's like, what hero do you want? Well, I'm building Echo Saber Maelstrom, so it doesn't matter.
Time for a Luna game.
Xiao8 getting a homing missile. Fata.
Oh, see you later.
Rupture. Yeah, he's trying to TP. Yeah, that ain't happening. Goodbye. Tommy has his armlet now. And Jin Q taking a big star storm there. There's the Ravage just for Jin Q. They hate the old man. And 33. Looks like they want to go Faith Beyond. The Crippling Fear not going to be enough to do anything here. Drops shortly after. It's a 2 versus 5, and Ame wants the man fight. Eventually looking for an infest target now.
They're dropping the ball a little bit there. He ended up meleeing the TAS Nightstalker at daytime. Just good. 9 is just like, what? And just 2-shots him.
Yeah.
That's not good. It was looking good for LGD for a while, but...
I think maybe it was because they ravaged a solo Keeper of the Light that they felt pretty confident that they could fight then.
It's daytime. He's Nightstalker milling the TA, and he doesn't have backup immediately ready.
Yeah.
That just a mistake.
Kind of back to what we were expecting in terms of the early game from these lineups. I mean, I think it was Kyle saying that he expected Tundra to get off to a little bit better start. And then the first nighttime was a big focal point for PSG.LGD.
Yeah, for sure. And that wasn't actually the case, right? LGD actually came out of the lanes well here. But now, in this mid-game state that we're getting into, I think it's very important, once again, to keep your eyes on Bloodseeker and TA. It's still going to be the heroes that are most noteworthy. Rupture, as well as the TA being free to hit, is going to be a problem for LGD. I think you maybe even reserve Echo Stomp for the TA at this point. You need the full value of just taking her out of the fight, because your lineup doesn't kill her right now. Especially with what you said with the Lifestealer going Armlet instead of Maelstrom, you're lacking that extra damage instance that could maybe burn down the refraction a little bit faster. You don't have that here, but you will have the Halberd, of course, coming up. That's going to be helpful. So maybe they can change away from feeling the need to use Stomp. against that ability. Top lane Xiaowei getting out.
Illuminate. Oh my goodness. Vata bursted down. Xiaowei gonna finish him off with a rolling thunder, but the right clicks from afar on 9. Yeah, we see the Echo stomp into the Earth Splitter, but it's only to delay things as Y is now on the retreat. Has a Spirit Vessel on him right now. Or is that just the Solar Crest? That's both. And down he goes. And MKB next for 9. Now, what are your thoughts for Ame's build on Lifesteal? You mentioned the Halberd. Do you think this, obviously it's really good, and he's going to be going into Silver Edge, actually. Interesting.
Can solo Titan.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think going for something like Halberd gives you, maybe you're lacking damage a bit in the early stages?
I think you compensate for that by having other heroes that have good damage. You get amplified on the Coddle by ET. Night Stalker hits pretty hard with the talent changes on level 15. And your mid Pango also outputs pretty well. So honestly, I think you'll be all right in this game. I will agree, in some games, it's a major price to pay. I think here it's just a necessity, right? Look at the sky. You can't...
Yep.
Like, what damage items are you going to buy that solve this Manta so you can break...
Oh, Rupture onto Ame. Has nobody to infest to, except for a creep, which is destroyed shortly after. Now running some more, fully ruptured, and there's the Ravage. And down goes Ame, a huge kill. We talked about the potential for infesting out of a Rupture, which is a thing, but there's only a creep and you can kill it. It's not going to do much.
No allied hero nearby there.
9.
Light. Sync you.
Solar Bind. You see the rest of Tundra is currently smoked and in the area. And Xiaowei, oh, he's used basically everything other than his ult. Blinks up. Outside the range of Bloodright. Gonna get homing missiled. That's right, he does have Lincolns.
Oh, that's a good splitter.
All down's gonna miss. Splitter. Earth Splitter, that is. Get taken out.
Did I say splitter?
You did. You ruined this entire cast Synderen. Retire now. 33. Looks like they'll be able to defend properly. So despite losing the Lifestealer, obviously, some spells were used from Tundra. They used the Ravage just for the Lifestealer, but certainly worth.
Yeah, that's pretty. I was not expecting LGD to get a turnaround there, but awesome setup from ET. Y showing up once again. This time it's not on Bane, it's on another sleep. Maybe this is telling about his personality. Perhaps,
maybe
just wants to sleep all day.
Or he has Insomniac. He's an Insomniac, so it could be an irony at his best.
Maybe he...
Oh, Jin Q. Snake King gets the Yules into Arrow, and he is completely surrounded again.
We'll reveal the ward, of course. This move more than...
Oh, another Rupture. Ame will just TP out this time, though. Go it on Pango.
Interestingly enough, the last time he played against the Bloodseeker against Team Spirit, Xiaowei did not opt for that item. He went for Yules. But maybe this time around he feels like he's having a better laning stage, which is definitely the case. His net worth is a lot better, so he can afford it. And yeah, it feels bad, but you got to do it, man. Like, it's just necessary.
They're going to have 3 Yules on PSG.LGD. Or sorry, Halberds.
Yep. So Coddle
second on Jin Q.
He did end up going for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is overkill. I think one of them should have been an E-Blade. That would be nice. He's dead, by the way.
Yeah, he's going to pay the sacrifice for getting yet another Halberd in the game. Not allowed.
Learning to count with 9.
If it takes 9 hits to kill somebody, the game's not going well for 9. I'll just say that right now. But he is doing quite well. 3K net worth lead just between him and Ame at the moment. Yeah, let's look at the damage here.
1.
Boom!
2.
Yeah, overkill. All right, BKB is next on the list for him. Only, yeah, not too far away from finishing that himself. And I would assume that they're just waiting for the second Roche. But as Effie was talking about in the panel, PSG.LGD have an incredible Roche fighting team.
And incredible high ground defense, too.
Yes.
If it comes to that.
I mean, Elder Titan, is there a better hero than Elder Titan for pit control?
I think both Batrider and Night Stalker rival him.
Kill. And a couple supports die in the way of PSG.LGD, so very scattered fight.
I don't know if that's a good Ravage. Roshan is spawning relatively soon, and you use Ravage on 2 supports that are going to respawn.
Oh, 9 completely surrounded here. Faith Beyond with a BKB. You can see the Rupture now, but Infest is actually not up right now. Oh, he already used it, sorry. As there's the Bash and Skeeter. Yeah, he's just not getting out of this one.
Such a good wraparound from LGD to make that read that they can do that. So with Ravage down, this is what I was going to get at, right? Like, you kill 2 supports that can respawn or maybe even buy back, but it's one of your key tools against these big cores that are going to run at you. and you either get run at right now, or Roshan comes up, and you don't have it for the fight. So I think 33, it looks juicy.
He is gone, but great job from TA, man. 9 is an actual god. Jin Q gonna be spotted out here, gets the deck. Oh, if he gets this kill. If he gets this kill, there's no way, right? There is no way he gets this kill, please. Oh my god. My heart.
Not even close, man.
Snake King's like, yeah, we got this.
Don't mess with me, dude. That's no problem.
All right. Well,
delete your lies and
that was, yeah, delete your lies and apologize indeed. Look at this steal. The crippling fear was a great idea, but the BKB and the refraction prevented any damage from being any kind of a cancel on the blink here, Cinder, and as he's in the pit, gets the Aegis, gets the kill. This was the second Roche, right? Who got the shard?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's just so beautiful because they have no way of stopping it. Sometimes when the enemy team tries to steal the Roche, you stop hitting Roche, but Tia would have soloed it. That's one of her strengths. She can kill it on her own, so you kind of have to just play the who is better at bail runs in Diablo 2 game and see who loots it first, and it was 9. He grew up on that game.
Great reference.
Yes.
As we lose Y.
Yeah, I know you don't play other games, but that's fine.
That's not true.
Actually not true. You play shooters.
Yeah.
And card games.
Sure. Uh-oh. Ame's forced to pop his rage. Still has his infest. Tundra still pursuing though. Zhao Wei's going to get the rolling thunder off. Shield crash. Looks like it's going to connect at the very least with that newly picked up shard on Zhao Wei.
Not gonna. Oh, okay.
Yeah, uses the blink dagger to ensure that they lock him down completely. He actually has Aghanim set. I literally cannot believe this. So you get cast range, the cooldown is super low on Infest, and you jump inside an enemy, and you do the 5 attacks, which with this build is garbage.
What do you mean faster than patch average? This item doesn't get... SAP are inventing match.
4 match... Okay, this is pubs though, right? In the entire world.
3 of them are you.
Yeah. One, I've only done it once, and it actually worked out quite well.
Good.
So while you're inside an enemy, you heal way faster.
Right.
So you're going to get full HP, so that's one benefit. But, I mean, am I crazy that the biggest reason is for the cast range? Because if he gets ruptured, he can just infest anybody in
that's
an
true.
AoE.
That's value.
But that's still weird. It's still really weird.
Can you make some sort of cool play with Silver Edge that you can infest tied with Silver? Like, you hit him, and then you keep hitting him for a bit, and then you infest him to protect yourself from counterplays or something? Is it just to save yourself from... Maybe it is just the rupture, honestly, that he's looking to solve.
And he's got the Silver Edge in tow.
20-second cooldown is no joke either.
It is.
That is a really big part of this.
Infest as a spell, if you can get it off in a game like this, is super, super good.
I'm sure we're going to get around.
Question
You're
mark.
buying it over AC against a TA that's mauling your team, right? Is someone else buying AC in the team? They're currently queuing up 2 Bashers, one on Night Stalker and one on Lifestealer, and they have one on Pango. So it seems their approach to solving this TA is just going to be chain stunning her. Rather than itemizing defensively, they want to itemize offensively as a solution, which works a lot of the time as well.
Another Silver Edge picked up this time by
Bloodseeker. Is spotted mid, he has the BKB.
And very fast.
He might need to TP out too.
9 is very fast too, though. Yeah,
got ready for the bounty.
Will that cost him? Gold, very important. Yeah, getting recalled now. So he is good to go. So that is Jin Q's shard.
Yeah.
Looks like, I mean, it looks like he was going E-Blade, but I guess maybe just a casual Ghost Scepter for TA so he doesn't get blown up. Not the most offensive Coddle we've seen in this tournament for sure.
Right. So he bought the Dagon and then went Halberd, right? And I think that Halberd could have been an E-Blade slot.
Considering how many Halberds they have, yeah.
Yeah. It's just a little bit too much of the same.
Oh, let's see the Infest inside. He breaks him. Infest him. Infest him now. Crippling Fear preventing any... Okay, gets the 4-step off, though. And there's the Rupture onto Faith Beyond, and
gone.
He gets dropped like a rock. All right, well, that turns into a 5v4. He does not want to buy back because they're not really doing anything yet. We'll see if Tundra pressures here. And so many Silver Edges in this game. 2. Yeah, Ame has forced to rage again. Oh, all right, big roll in from Zhao Wei, but the rage has already been popped from Ame.
They're going to kill Tide.
They kill Tide pretty easily. And 9
has no
Aegis. BKB.
No Aegis.
Nothing to get out now. Call down. He blinks out to safety, and Fata might be the sacrifice. Although,
They're losing Skeeter
never mind.
too.
Skeeter's here. He has to pop his magic immune there. Just getting bashed up. There's the Infest inside of Bloodseeker, taking a little bit of damage, just a little bit, but it's enough, Synderen.
Key component there, the Basher on Xiao is going to prevent Skitter from trying to BKB TP out.
Ooh, okay, that's a good item to have when you infest an enemy, actually.
Penasword?
Yeah. So more damage and the potential for maim.
True.
Now,
how does it work when you're infested? Do all your orb attacks work?
Yes.
Okay.
For the rage. Oh, it's still 2 minutes. Okay. So PSG.LGD.
Just going to keep stalling, I think. But well, this smoke does indicate that they want to do something. It might just be placing vision and trying to get a favorable position at the enemy ancient triangle. Looks to be the case. Gonna see why probably placed this one. It worked very well earlier.
Yep.
It might do so again. But Tundra are placed all around the middle. Faith Beyond sitting on a gem here, as well as Dark Ascension ready, will obviously have insane control. Ravage!
Ravage! That's number 1. That is number 2. Look at this damage to Coddle. 9 dropping everybody in sight. And that's the Infest. Already popped here. Xiao attempting to get out. Looks like he'll be fine, but the Infest wasn't enough. So Ame will be the double kill for 9. A great double Ravage. They do have 2 buybacks, Synderen.
Yeah,
we'll see what Tundra can get out of this. Still with Aegis.
LGD thought they were being really good with this smoke, and theoretically they were, but Tundra making sure to leave an Ops behind at that high ground themselves as well, and it just sets up perfectly for a mass TP play with 33, the double Ravage out of nowhere. And they are going to defend here, but this is starting to get very costly.
Yeah.
Halberd number 1. Trying for a dash.
Uh-oh, Xiao all right, gets off his shard. And, you know, another Infest inside of Xiao. I'm not sure if they actually want to commit to this. Elder Titan's still not up for another 3 seconds, and Coddle's dead for a full minute with no buyback. And this is one of their big high ground defense mechanisms.
Xiao's insanely tanky. Keep that in mind. If he hits Shield Crash on 3 heroes, and he has a Lifestealer Infest, his EHP is absolutely through the roof. Even this TA will not be able to kill him. Keep in mind, 9 doesn't have a Daedalus in his build currently, so his damage is kind of capped.
Rupture to start things off. He's still silent, but gets the back up on Skeeter. Yeah, Basher still continuing. There's a Satanic cheese used for Skeeter. He just blows up the Lifestealer, not even remotely close. And Xiao Rupture number 2, TP, but the 4-step into the bash, and down he goes. Still has buyback for another 100 seconds. But obviously the kill onto Ame is the big one. 23k net worth lead now for Tundra, and nothing stopping them from going down mid. It's going to be 5v4 once the Coddle's back up.
Ravage number 1 should be up again soon as well. It is 5 seconds. He has the spell Prism.
Wow, 12 seconds on refresher, so
double Ravage
good
again.
To go. Oh wait, all right, Lincoln's popped. Blinks out to safety. Homing missile on the way. You can see the triple arrow surprise. Oh, 33 jumps in. Not going to Ravage, though. Snaking jumps in as well. Just forcing out the shard here for Zhao. Actually uses his ult.
He's still
ruptured right now. Has to be really careful. Fata's going to get jumped by Faith Beyond. Looks like to be able to get that kill at the very least. The BKB will allow him to retreat as the Will-O-Wisp, but a big arrow connecting on a Coddle. Ravage completely missed. That's okay. He has a second one to work with, Synderen. That's what the refresher's for. As TA completely slept right now. Skeeter continue to right-click with that Basher. Xiao is so freaking tanky. And 33. There's the Ravage. It's going to hit onto 4 heroes. And that's going to be the death of Faith Beyond. Buys back into the game, though, because the gem is still on the deck. And it looks like Tundra need to recede here, as Bloodseeker is completely dead with no buyback to speak of. Another halberd used. Faith Beyond jumps in with the crippling fear. Looks like Skeeter, or looks like 9's going to be just fine, though, if he wants to. Oh, he's going to go even aggressive again. Jin Q. One more right click should do it, but can't get to the high ground anymore. Another Will-O-Wisp placed. And why? Echo Stomp is there, but 3 dead still. On the side of PSG.LGD, Ame is up in 12 seconds, but he's not going to have much of a team around him, Synderen. That's why gets taken out by the Rocket Barrage, and a homing missile for Jin Q will ensure his death as well.
Oh, the shard was actually really nifty there.
Oh, he has the shard.
The gyro shard was chasing him and dealing a lot of damage there.
And we see it. Used to full success. Ame, Silver Edge. He really wants this. He wants nothing. He has the back. I mean, the problem is, even if he catches somebody, he doesn't have...